Hello there, Jessica. Thank you so much for choosing me for your question, my dear. Glad to see you. Thank you, everybody else, for stopping by, hanging out, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. While I clear the cards for Jessica's reading, just want to let you know that those of you who are interested in a reading like this, where I just look at one question for you for the low, low, low price of $6, all you have to do is check out my website. Find that webpage, follow the instructions there. I also do have private readings available, both one question and two question readings, and live readings. Private readings are sent to you on an audio recording after I take a look at your questions, and then live readings are done over the telephone or Skype, or if you happen to live in the Golden, Colorado area, those can be done in person. I also have available addiction relief services. Once again, those can be done in person or over the phone or Skype for those people who are serious about letting go of an addiction. And then on top of that, I do offer Reiki sessions. Reiki sessions can be live if you happen to be in the area. Otherwise, those can be at a distance as well, either touching base with phone or with Skype for those. And then if you're in the local area, I do offer psychic parties where I can read for your guests at a party if you would like. And I also offer psychic parties where I can facilitate you and your guests exploring your own psychic abilities. Last but not least, if you live in the local area, which is Golden, Colorado area, I do clear homes. So if you have some entities or if you have some negative energy hanging out in your home, I can help you take care of that. I'm the person to call. Not exactly a ghost buster, but an energy reviver. All right, so let's get on with our reading for today. The cards are cleared. So this comes in from Miss Jessica, and she says, I have been watching you for over 2 years. I always talk about seed time and harvest. Although this is my first time interacting with anyone on YouTube, you are the first. Thank you so much for giving me the honor. I do appreciate that. I always love being the first reader for people. She may have had readings with other people, just not on YouTube, but still. I appreciate the honor. So here is the question that Jessica has for us to take a look at and see what Sacred Spirit has to say about. She wants to know, what is my life purpose? Thank you in advance, Jessica. So let's put down some cards and see. My Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg, aka my Precision deck, is the one that volunteered for your questions. Oh, that's weird. There's a card in there that's flipped over that shouldn't be. Okay, so this is what the back of that deck looks like, just to give you an idea. I don't know if I'll show you the cards or not. Usually I only show cards if there's something specific I want to point out to. La da 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 da. Okay, I'm ready to put down cards for Ms. Jessica. That card that was flipped over came up right off the bat. You have some interesting things coming up here about your life purpose. The first card that comes up here is really interesting. It's the Ten of Swords in reverse, which generally to me talks about things that are not over. So it seems to me that you've already been doing some things that have to do with your life purpose. I don't know if you've realized that or not. You're sending me a strange question if you've already been working within your life purpose, actually. But whenever I see this come up in this way, what I'm feeling like is that even though you were working on your life purpose, you may feel like whatever that was that you were doing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like a job kind of work or your business kind of work, but just that you were actively pursuing your life purpose and you've quit that. You've quit that because I think you feel like that your life purpose has changed direction, or maybe that you're changing direction. Maybe you didn't realize that was your life purpose. The way this comes up, this tells me that you're going to be going back to it. that whatever it is that you thought you were done with, or you were done with that phase of your life with, that's not over, okay? And that has to do with your life purpose. So, it could be actually literally your life purpose, or it could be part of your training for your life purpose. I like to tell people that sometimes when we have a life purpose, we don't spend our whole lives actually doing that purpose. Sometimes we spend a significant part of our lives actually training for that life purpose. Like for me, it took me until I was 41 to realize that, being able to help people in an energetic way, whether it's through readings, through healing, whatever, is actually my life purpose. Up until then, if you would have looked at me and not read, you would have thought that I was just kind of wandering, because I had several different jobs. I had several different kinds of jobs. I had some times when I was a stay-at-home homemaker, whatever you want to call that. I almost said housemaker, but that sounds like a construction person. Anyway, and now when I look back, I can see how all of that built into me being able to do what I do as my life purpose full time. There were a lot of experiences that helped me. For instance, I spent a lot of time in sales, so I learned how to present myself and how to present my services in a way that I hope doesn't look too hillbilly. I did come from a more hillbilly part of the country, but still. And I learned about keeping books, doing admin type work. And so there's a lot that goes into living our life purpose. And for some of us, we can spend a lot of time preparing and getting ready to be able to do that in an efficient and effective way. Okay, so I feel like what may be going on with you right now, Ms. Jessica, is still preparation. And where you thought that you were done with something, I see you going back into it. So maybe that was just preparation and building up. Maybe now you're going back, and you're going back at a different level and getting prepared at a different level, and maybe even dipping your toes in. The next card that comes up talks to me about timing. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and it's telling me, that your life purpose has to do with timing, or what's going on with it, I guess, has to do with timing, maybe both. So I really get the sense that there is something to do with timing. There's something to do with interrelating with other people that has to do with timing, like that there's only, you have to wait to interrelate with some other people until they are ready. Is part of your life purpose, is seeing when somebody is ready and being receptive and open to that. And also being able to notice when somebody is not ready and being receptive and open to that too, and being able to say, okay, they're not ready for me or for what I have to offer at this point, so I need to back up and let them live their life until they get to that point. So that's part of your life purpose. And I know I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse here, because I'm talking about approach to the life purpose, but this is the way the cards have come up from Spirit, so that's why we're doing that way. I don't know. The Spirit's trying to build suspense or what here, but one of the key parts of your life purpose has to do with knowing when the people who you can serve are ready to be served and when they're not. Okay? Next thing that comes up is the Queen of Coins. And to me, part of this does talk about being a mother, but I don't feel like that's the whole part of this. Now, you may actually have children, and you may literally be a mother, and that may be a part of your life service or life purpose. But there also may be something going on. I don't know if you could hear that horn out there, but somebody's rude. Anyway, like really? Okay, let me focus again. So when we've got the Queen of Coins here, this is telling me that part of this has to do with being a mother, but you don't have to literally be a mother by blood to be a mother. in your life or in your life purpose. This can be to stepchildren. This can be to kids that you know from maybe if you work around a school or you work around other kids. You know, it's being that nurturing, encourager, lifter up type of person. So that's part of it, but I don't feel like that's everything that's coming off of this card. So let's dig in a little bit deeper here. You have a certain amount of wisdom, Miss Jessica, about security and about building security in your life, both in a material way and in an emotional way. And part of your life purpose is to share that. Isn't that interesting? You have to share it when people are ready for it and not before then. And not after then either, I'm hearing. So timing about sharing some of the information that you have about security and about, about resources basically. La da da da. Let's look at the next card. I'm actually kind of looking at the next two. I'm cheating a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so this is talking about, this next card actually is a Page of Clubs in reverse. You know, before we had the Wheel of Fortune, and that has to do with timing. We have the Queen of Coins kind of showing what the life purpose really is, or at least a good section of it. And then we have the Page of Clubs following, which is telling me that right now, whatever it is you're doing for your life purpose feels a little bit like drudgery. You're not at the exciting, fun stage. You're kind of at the building up to it stage, ramping things up and putting in the work, putting in, what do they say? Paying your dues. I feel like there is some sense of paying your dues here, you know, like I talked about at the beginning of the reading, you know, there's seed time and harvest. When you said you've been watching me for 2 years, this is kind of the time when you're building that foundation. And sometimes building the foundation is not the most fun. I remember when I first started realizing that I wanted to offer my services to the public, and I had to figure out how to put together a website. I had no experience with that. That took a long time. And that's the kind of thing that it has nothing to do with what my life purpose is, but it was necessary for me to put that foundation in, for me to be able to offer my services to somebody out there. Because I didn't have the resources to pay someone to do that. I had to figure it out. And this is what this is making me think of, that you're in a place where you're setting things up. You're getting things in place. You're not actually doing so much of your life purpose at this point. So it's feeling a little bit tedious because you were just putting yourself in a position to be able to do more. Able to do more. And then the last card that comes up is the Magician. And the Magician is a fantastic card. I would actually not label this the Magician. I would label this now I can't think of the middle word. The ultimate manifester, basically, is what I would call it. There's a different word that I would use instead of ultimate, but ultimate gets the energy across. So basically, this is saying that you are on the verge. You know, we have this card that talks about, you know, you were there and you're going back there into your life purpose. And, you know, we have this card that talks about you're doing the tedious part, you're doing the setup part, you're setting up the foundation part. But now you're almost there. You're almost at the place where you're really going to be impacting people. Part of that is that you're thinking about this consciously and you're working towards it consciously. I kind of think you really already know what your life purpose is before having this reading. You might have been a little bit shaken or questioning it because you're in the tedious part of it right now. You know, maybe you're going to do life coaching and maybe you're learning how to do that and getting your certificate. I don't know. That's just an example. But you're on the verge of being able to really manifest the things that you want to manifest into your life, i.e. the clients that you want so that you can do your life purpose and pursue it well. That type of thing. This is the perfect situation to allow you to do your life purpose. You're on the verge of manifesting all of that. And when I say on the verge, I'm feeling like within 6 months, you're going to be feeling like, okay, I am on it. I am doing my life purpose, and it is moving forward the way that it's supposed to. Everything, the foundation is going to be pretty much set in place, and you're actually going to be doing what you want to as far as life purpose. So that encouraging, that uplifting, helping other people to find their security, both emotionally and financially, which really is the technical answer to this question, is that's really where your life purpose lies, you know, and then we've got all this other information on these other 4 cards. But yeah, you're almost there. Within 6 months, that's pretty good. That's pretty fast, I think. So anyway, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, Ms. Jessica. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who stopped by, hung out, liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. I've got a few more of these videos to do tonight, so I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.